So, good afternoon and welcome to Herkimer Central School District's Instructional Technology Support Virtual Training Series. Today, we're going to be talking about Everfi, which is a free-to-use program. It's free to all educators anywhere in the world, actually. And we are going to show you some of the features and classes and courses that you can take with the Everfi system. So in today's training, we're going to be talking about setting up an Everfi account, setting your preferences so it's easier for you to find courses that are targeted towards your students. We'll take a look at the course catalog. We'll talk about how you can link your students and how you can assign these courses to the students. And once you have them linked and assigning courses, of course, it'll tell you how they're doing, whether they've completed it, and some of the other stuff that we'll go into with the Everfi system. So let's go right into Everfi, and it's just simply everfi.com, EVERFI.com. And you'll see here, you get this talks about your solutions in K-12 and all that lovely stuff. But right here, what we want to go to is the student teacher login. And we're going to click that little tiny button up there. It's not the best button. A lot of times my kids will have trouble finding that when they're trying to log in. I've actually had to make several videos to show them how to do that. I'm just going to log myself out here because I'm still logged in. So here we go. We've got this stuff here. Obviously, if you are registering for the first time, you're going to need to register. Once you're signed in, you're going to sign in here once you've registered your account. All right, so you're going to look a little different on here, obviously, because mine is set up automatically for grades 6 through 12. So what I'm seeing are courses that I have already picked out. So we are instead going to go to my profile. And oops, I guess that's not where I wanted to go. I thought I had a preferences somewhere over here. And maybe when you set up for the first time, you're going to be able to set up your account. Problem is I set up this account 3 years ago, so I don't remember exactly where I set up my preferences to what courses I have to offer. As you can see here is stuff that I've added. So it's going to kind of, anything that's brand new, it's going to show you up here in their course catalog file. So we've got AmeriQ sponsors, and this is why these are free. They're sponsored by companies. AmeriQ pays for a financial literacy class. Here's a vaping Know the Truth sponsored by the Truth People. And if we go into support, here's some of the things I was talking to earlier before we started. They actually do have Cassandra Wynn. She's a great manager. She'll help you out if you ever want to get in contact with her. She's under there. And again, I'm underneath the support. Scholarship opportunities. Any student in any year that they're enrolled in a Everfi course can take a scholarship opportunities. There's stuff for course standards alignment, helping students registration and verify and all that stuff. I believe they will give you a sample student registration page and whatnot. So if we go to our catalog, we can start to search through some of the courses that they offer. And I apologize if this isn't all the courses because I still don't remember how to change my settings that I set up a long time ago. But here's just some of the courses. They've got financial education, financial literacy for high school, understanding money, which is aid for grades 4, 5, and 6, financial literacy for 6 through 8, entrepreneurial expedition, investing basics, financial higher education, modern banking and identity protection, mostly aimed at high school kids, some down into the elementaries though, like so understanding money, what's a dime, what's a nickel, stuff like that. Social emotional learning. Some of these you will see they do overlap. So Vault is something also that overlaps, but building healthy relationships, digital wellness and safety. So you can see there's a lot of stuff there. Health and wellness, aimed at a lot of physical ed stuff, digital safety and wellness as well. So how do you keep yourself safe online? What grades they're aimed at, you can see. So a bunch of different stuff like that. Prescription drug safety, mental well basics, honor code, preventing bullying, college and career readiness. A lot of these are based on STEM. So we've got a lot of STEM that's either based in hockey or football. Early learning. So here we got the lower grades, some of the lower grades, grades 1 and 2 for Word Force, Compassion Project, aims at grades 2 through 4. There's some very early math literacy foundations for grades 4 and 5. A lot of stuff there. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Some of them are actually brought to you by football teams, and there's opportunities for the teacher to win football themed stuff for your class. There's STEM made stuff. This is some of the hockey stuff that I was talking about, STEM from hockey. Plants, Animals in Our World, brought by Beyond Meat, Sustainability Foundations. And then, of course, at the very bottom, you've got all the available courses that they do offer. And they are constantly either updating these courses or they are adding new ones. So it's not unusual to see 1 or 2 new courses pop up throughout the time. And if you're an Everfi teacher and if you're logged on, they will send you updates when they change things or when they add courses. So let's say I'm interested in, I don't know, let's see, African-American history of grades 9 through 12. We just missed Black History Month, but let's say I want to, add this course. I would just add it and it goes into my course catalog. And now you have successfully added a 306 to your account. Click here to see the class. So we'll hit OK. And then once we go into my home, you'll see that the class has been added to my home page. So if I want to see what the students are going to see, I can actually go to the view course, and this will show you what a course in Everfi kind of looks like. So you can see and play around with the course. You can be the student yourself, essentially, and participate ahead of time if you want to kind of get an idea of what common pitfalls might be for the students. And it shows you, a quick little introductory welcome. Become familiar with the concepts of continue storyteller, learn what this course is all about. So simply just walking right through. A lot of these are game based. This is actually, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's actually reading to me. And does things like define words. So if anyone knows what systemic racism is. So this is kind of like a walking along. So that's how you can kind of view a course. So this can show you how you're going along. Tracks your progress. There's a progress tracker as well for the teacher. I'm just going to hit back Everfi and show you a different course so you can see what something else looks like. So that's just kind of a storyteller one that goes along. There are some interactive elements that go along with it. There's usually questions that answer as you go through. Let's go back to my dashboard here. If I want to show you, say, what the future goals here on math would look like. And this is a math edition, future goals. And this one essentially sets you up as a GM. Let's skip the tutorial. So this sets you up as a GM for a game or for a hockey team. And you have to be able to control your team roster and make decisions as a GM would. So I've got Sam Reinhart, Jake McCabe, Jack Eichel, tells you other stats. Then there's the locker room here. You've got the different games you can play, different trophies you can work towards and earn. So this is talking about the forces everywhere in hockey. So just different stuff like that. So let's get into that. So different. So there's a bunch of different options there for different types of games and stuff like that. So I'm right here in home. I'm in courses. If I go to my classes, this is where you're going to create classes. So if I wanted to create a new class, I'm just going to hit here and let's call this STEM 7. And what date do I plan on? Let's set up my quarter 4 STEM. Okay, that's April. Roughly how many kids? What grade level it is? That'll help you find courses as well. All right, and then I can add a course to my STEM 7 kids. which I would probably do STEM career exploration for them. And we're going to add that. Okay, now we create. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Some of these kids have played Everfi before, and they usually have done it in health class, I think. So they may not need to re-register as a student. They would just have to enter this registration code to be part of this class, and that's it. So it's really nice and easy. If you have to add students, this is where you can add kids, but unfortunately, it's not connected to Google, so you'd have to either add them from a CSV file and give them codes and whatnot. I have found that most of the kids in school have already, once they're past grade 6, I believe, have already been on Everfi from the health course, but that may have changed because we have a new health teacher. So if you ever need help setting it up, you can download the file from this by going to class. It tells you how you need to set up their first name, their last name, their username, their age, email address is optional. Give them a password. They suggest a very simple password for everybody. And then a parent email, with both email and parent email are optional. But if you download the file, you will have that you can type in and fill in. It doesn't copy really well from Google or from School Tools. So it's a little bit time consuming if you have to set up students, which is okay, but whatever. Then in the reports, you can see how the students are doing in their courses. So if I were to go say future goals math, and I wanted to view how Shane was doing in a class, I could see that he's not certified yet. So meaning he did not score above 70 in all of the skills in that. So therefore he doesn't have the certificate for it. You can download these, you can print them out, all sorts of things along that lines. Let's see if I got one from bigger class. Let's see, STEM quarter 7. Last year, actually. So here you go. I have all these kids that where they were at. Did they complete it? Yes or no? How they did on each one. Again, they have to get above a 70 to actually be considered the scoring on that. And so that's how you can get a report. And it's basically generating grades for you right there if you need to generate grades. And that's a lot of the stuff about Everfi. That's go through the catalog, figure out if there's something that's useful for your class, play a couple of games, and see if it fits something your curriculum might use. There's like, if you have any questions about really, really big meaty stuff of Everfi, you can ask me, or again, you can also reach out to Cassandra Wine. She's an excellent resource. She's emails me at least once a month asking me if I need any help or need any demonstrations with Everfi. So her services are free. If you need anything set up through Everfi, she's more than happy to have a one-on-one with you or even demonstrate in front of your class virtually. So with that, I will end the recording. And if anybody have any questions, I will take them.